Alright, what's up everyone? It's Thaddeus Toth here. Sorry, I just spaced out for a second. I was just trying to make sure that this stream was running. But, so today we're gonna go over some game ideas I have. One in particular is called Precon the Bat and the Seven Deadly Sins. So, I don't know if I was prepared to make this or not. It's a stream, so it probably doesn't matter. I think it's probably just me that's watching. So this is a whole idea sheet. It's called Random Game Ideas. Right now it's just all but nothing of stuff for Precon. So basically, that's all story elements and gameplay elements. It's a lot. I should go over these videos. Yeah, so basically, Precon the Bat, it's a beat 'em up game where, where half of the animals get mutated and half of the humans get killed. It probably sounded stupid from the very first sentence. But, so I'm not gonna read over the ideas. I'm just gonna, I'm not gonna read and have you guys follow along. I'm just gonna read and go through some parts. Actually, matter of fact, before we go on this, because this is gonna take a lot of time, let's go over this. This is Precon. This is what it looks like. He's a mutated fruit bat. There's different types of names for it. There's fruit bats. There's mega bats. Flying foxes. They're all the same animal. So, so he wears a sweatshirt. Oh, not a sweatshirt, but he wears a hoodie. He wears black pants, red shoes, and some very special red sunglasses, if you can want to call them that. So Precon is a game where I'll just read over the story elements. So this is all gameplay stuff right here, so we're not worried about that right now. Actually, I guess we'll talk about it. So basically for the gameplay, here I'm just going to show you guys an idea that I have for the gameplay. There's links for it over here. See if anyone's watching. No one's in the chat quite yet. But yeah, we're gonna... Yeah, so there's a game called Midnight Fight Express. This is what I'm taking inspiration from. So we're just going to give this a watch. We're going to talk about the gameplay first, since that'll be much easier to talk about, since it's actually pretty simple.
We have a lot to talk about.
Just because I'm saying it's simple doesn't mean that it's not awesome. At least in concept, it's awesome. The thing about ideas is that, let's add a play. But yeah, the thing about ideas is that you don't know if they work until you execute them. But when I think about the idea for this game, it sounds pretty awesome. I'm going to talk more about it. I think we'll just call this maybe part one. I don't know. Maybe we'll go through the whole thing. I have not finished the story quite yet. But I'll go what I have right now, with what I have right now. So, yeah. So Midnight Fight Express, so Act 1. I'll probably do a gameplay on this when this game comes out. I've actually played it before. I even have it on my my desktop. That's the thumbnail I was making. But yeah. So, I'm not gonna play it. We're just gonna go through this gameplay video because that'll be easier. So Act 1. So there's different actions game. This game has not come out yet. It's actually a demo. But this is a beat 'em up game. I don't know the story quite yet of this game, but I will go over some similarities in terms of story for what I have for Precon. I actually got the idea for Precon way before I even knew this game existed. But the idea has changed a lot. And I mean a lot. At first it was kind of cartoony. But then it became like more serious and adult-ish. I'm not saying that's dirty or anything, but it's just super violent and kind of intense. So here's how this game starts out. So crime is happening. A TV is about to come on. Okay, so it's utter chaos, utter relentless chaos, a city worldwide. Yeah, so basically there's a lot of crime happening right now in this game right here. This is going to be story stuff, and I'll not worry about that right now. But I just want to give you guys an idea for the gameplay. But I won't talk about the similarities to this as soon as I dive into the story. But we're just going to talk about the gameplay right now. Okay, so this is the player's assistant. Okay, well, this is boring. We're not going to worry about this right now. But yes, Precon will have an assistant. He'll also have a robot assistant. I have not wrote that in the ideas quite yet, but yeah. Who cares? Just who gives a shit? We want to see the fun stuff. Okay, so this is where the game technically starts. I'm going to actually turn this down because I don't know if you guys can hear me or not. But, yeah, so you guys will see what happens. See, this is an idea I have for what the game should look like, except more realistic. I like how I just call them bozos. That's funny. Yeah, so the gameplay here is pretty good. I like it. I'm definitely taking some inspiration from it. There's also going to be part of this game where he starts using a firearm. You know, I'm still speculating on the firearm part because I just don't know if I want Precon to be a killer necessarily, especially since this game will be kind of religious. I'll talk more about the religious parts in when I get to the story. I'm not going to make it too religious, just partially. I'll make it probably just as religious as, let's just say, Indiana Jones and the Raiders of the Lost Ark. That movie has religious elements in it. You know, you got the Ark of the Covenant and such. I'll be doing some similar stuff for this game, but I'll dive into that soon. Yeah, I'm not gonna show any more parts of this. But yeah, that's basically why I want Precon to kind of look like, at least the game. So here's the ideas that I have. I got a lot. So alright, so we're just gonna read through this. In the game, Precon the Bat, he has multiple powers. So with the razor glasses, that's what his glasses are called. I just thought it'd be cool to call them that. Including pyrokinesis, durability, and super strength. So yes, Precon has pyrokinesis. I forgot to add precognition for some odd reason. I should probably add that. It's actually where I took inspiration for his name, because precognition will be I did not spell that right. Yeah, so basically precognition is the ability to let you see the future. Precon can only do it for like 5 to 10 seconds, and he uses it as his advantage to, like, you know, dodge bullets and stuff, take the gun out of the guy's hand, and just other stuff. I can't necessarily I probably won't be able to explain everything, just most stuff. But yeah, for the graphical interface, Precon's health power will never regenerate, but can get extended with upgrades. And since Precon has durability, you know what? I think I will read through this. it'll probably sound confusing at times, but I'll make it more. I'll make it sound less confusing because this is kind of a mess. My writing is pretty horrible, but I don't really care because I'm only using all of this to like get more ideas from. However, when I do hopefully start making this game, I will get a full fleshed out story. But right now I'm just using a rough draft, if that's what you want to call it. Yeah, so, and since picking the star ability, with the glasses on, he can have a shield bar that will regenerate after it takes damage, but if it gets damaged all the way through, the health bar at the top will get affected and will stay that way as the shield bar regenerates. So, it's kind of like Halo, because in Halo you have a health bar. When you get shot, it just decreases, but after moments of not getting shot, it just regenerates back up. Which is, if you guys played Halo, you'd know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I even reference Halo right here. But at the starting point of the Precon the Bat game, Precon as a normal fruit bat, Precon gets mutated. He's just a normal fruit bat at first. Really quick, I actually want to give you guys an idea of what a fruit bat looks like. They are fucking cute. No, fruit bat, it's not fruit. Yeah, so there's different kinds of fruit bats. So there's flying foxes, there's large flying foxes, there's different types. I don't know which type Precon is. No one's watching. Sad face. I won't give him orange fur. He'll just be completely black. Let's find a completely black fruit bat. Okay, well that's yeah. So to give you guys a good idea, I kind of want. I'm sure. I know that I should get us the image, but it's not really showing his face that much because of the glasses. Precon will basically look somewhat like this, sort of, or like that. But of course, those are babies, so whatever. But yeah, these are very adorable. Not gonna lie. When I first got the idea for Precon, I did not really want him to be just like a vampire bat or anything, because vampire bats and a lot of other bat species look kind of ugly. And since this is a story-based game, I feel like it would be kind of hard for the player to connect with Precon on an extreme level. But yeah, so I'm gonna continue reading this. Sorry, I'm mumbling a lot. That's normal for me. I hope that's not a turn off for anyone. But so anyways, I have a lot of other pictures I want to show too, but we'll get to those later. At the starting point of Precon, of the Precon the Bat game, Precon as a normal fruit bat will just be hanging out with his Japanese American owner, Akira Yoji, which is a Japanese man who lives in America. Inside his huge Tony Stark-like mansion, and on July 20th, 2068, which is way in the future, a huge burst of red magic will come down from outer space, killing 50% of humans and mutating 50% of animals. The reason being that the DNA of the human victims gets transferred to the animals all over the world. Akira gets killed, his DNA goes into Precon, mutating Precon and making him more human. So basically what's going on is that I'll get more into the magic part later. I know that this seems very illogical right now, but the more logical part, I'll explain that later, because I want this to be like a, I don't know if I call it a plot twist, but I'm sure you guys will get what I'm saying. But so basically magic kills half of the humans on Earth. which transfers their DNA to animals, making them like more human. It mutates them. I guess I was originally going to use nuclear radiation, but that's from an old draft that just made no sense. But I guess none of this makes sense as of yet. But yeah. So Akira gets killed. So Precon gets his DNA from Akira. I will state though that well, I'll talk about it later in here. He also gains I'm about to talk about it right now. He also gains the consciousness and IQ of Akira, making Precon as smart and wise as a 35-year-old man. Oh, I'll have to fix later part of the game. Part of the story, I mean. I forgot that was his age. I totally forgot that was Akira's age. But anyways, even though he's only 15 years old and that age when he mutated and still is that age even after he mutated, him as well as other mutated animals will now live as long as actual humans. Yeah, so these mutated animals have human lifespans now. Basically. They will also gain the consciousness of humans that they got the DNA from, just like how Precon did. No shit, Sherlock. I don't know why okay, whatever. Some baby animals got the smarts from people in... fuck. Some baby animals got the smarts from smart people in the world. Some adults, one became dumb. And it's just all over the place. So basically, some older animals, they got their DNA from younger humans, which makes them kind of fucked up, I guess. Their consciousness is all messed up. There's a lot of plot holes in this. But hey, that's fine. It's a rough draft. I'm sure you guys might appreciate what I'm talking about. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm going to try to go through all of this. It's going to be a long fucking time. And even with all the drama that is happening, it inspired even more drama. Yeah, so basically, what I'm trying to say is, our world today is kind of corrupt. If you watch the news and all that and stuff, and just look at all these articles, there's a lot of fucked up shit in this world. It's kind of corrupt. So basically, what I'm trying to imply here is that it became even more corrupt because everyone is going ape shit. Yeah, so it inspired even more drama because a lot of the surviving humans saw these mutated animals as abominations and caused something that you would see in movies like The Purge. Oh man, this is dark. And to top that, governments all over the world started committing genocide on these animals, and even let's call them mutated animals, that way it's not confusing. Or mutant animals, whatever. And even though most animals are I guess it doesn't matter either way. This is probably going to be very boring for some people to watch, but who knows, it might mean something in the future. At least it'll show my passion. But, animals are innocent and non-problematic. Some have gained the consciousness of serial killers who are in prison, and to make matters worse, a lot of the animals who got the consciousness of serial killers and other messed up people were animals including rhinos, hyenas, bears, lions, etc., which tend to be very extremely dangerous animals. Yeah, these will be enemies in the game, which I'll get into pretty quick. I guess I lied. I wasn't gonna go into gameplay first. I guess I'll dive into the story. That's fine. I mean, I guess I talked a little bit about the gameplay, but no one's watching. That's sad. I wish someone would, but whatever. This is being recorded, so Yeah, so and a lot of these animals tend to be in zoos too, which means that a lot of them are around people. Yay! More danger. There's so much plot holes here. At least from what it seems like. I don't know, maybe when I execute this idea, it might be better. I don't know. But, yeah, so to summarize everything that happens right after the burst of magic did its thing, cops, citizens, and governments as a whole are committing genocide on mutated animals, including ones that are innocent and did nothing wrong. And I just explained this. What the fuck? And mutated animals who are dangerous and also have the consciousness of serial killers are false, killing everything in sight. Yeah, so pretty much all hell broke loose here. But Precon has yet to change that. Yeah, so we're just going to read through everything. And then I'm going to talk further about some things. Precon's owner killer usually was a crime fighter. He used martial arts skills and the powers of the razor glasses and was allowed to by law as long as he is making the police's job easier. Kind of like the Avengers in a way. But since Kyria dies when the magic hits, Precon immediately knows that something is wrong and immediately takes Kyria's place and tries to fix what's happening in that world, which won't be an easy task. I won't say this now. This is actually an idea that I got today. Precon's real name is actually Michael. I am naming him after Michael the Archangel from the Bible. More of that later. But the reality is, right when Precon, got his put on Akira's clothing and all that, and glasses and all that, he did try to immediately fix some stuff. And he is tough on the outside, like he can destroy like a lot of enemies and stuff and all that. But in the inside, he is very weak and sensitive. He's very he uses the glasses and stuff and just the whole superhero alter ego to hide his insecurities and all that. I'm kind of pulling a Spider-Man 2 type of plot here because at some point in the game, I haven't wrote any of this yet, he does lose his glasses, hence he loses his powers, which means that he has to learn, how to, become strong and stuff without his powers. So, yeah, I'll probably talk about it more in a later video. I'm also going to write down some more later in here. Because, like I said, I haven't quite got my full idea quite yet. Yeah, so this is when the game starts. So we'll be going into gameplay a little bit here. We're about to, in the first mission, you will be fighting police officers, citizens, and serial killer mutated animals that will tend to be bears, hyenas, lions, rhinos, and even hippos, as I stated before. The first half of the game, including this mission, will be extremely easy. As all games should. There will be no difficulties in this game. First part easy, second part hard. Second part medium, and then third part hard. And then also thinking about having the player, when they beat the game, they'll get super hard mode, which is the whole game, but it's hard, like just a pain in the ass, like just rage inducing. I'm gonna write that down in the ideas soon too. Is anyone watching? No one's watching. Damn it. Anyways, for a while you will be fighting cops that look like FBI agents that you will see in real life. So basically, just to kind of give you an idea, so they look kind of, well, not like that, but let's see what's good. So like this, sort of. I kind of want the first enemies in the game to look kind of like this, at least regarding the police, aka the FBI, I guess. So they look kind of like that. And the citizens will even be weaker because, yeah. So alright, that part. Definitely armored, but early weak for Precon's powers. They do. Well, I guess I'm talking more about a SWAT. Hold on. Maybe I'm referring more to SWAT because they're more armored than FBI, it seems like. Let's see. Yeah, it'd be more like this, I guess. Yeah, they'll be using shields and stuff and all that. So, anyways, yeah, so yeah, alright, whatever that. And the citizens will be even weaker because you will be using firearms, crowbars, and bats as weapons. And since the citizens are breaking the law by doing things that only police should be doing, they will oftentimes get arrested or even shot by cops, which will make things easier for the player. So, yes, enemies will be fighting themselves as well in the game. The big, strong, killer mutated animals will also try to kill both the cops and citizens. Because why the fuck not? Basically, there will be a lot of fighting, even between the enemies, as I stated, of course, which make it easier for the player, but not always. Like I stated, the game will get harder. So I do describe a lot of ideas here. And I mean, like, just countless, if you guys haven't seen yet. Also, I mean, I did show it, but, whenever I talk a lot, I yawn. It might not be that I'm tired. It's probably just that I hate talking a lot. I might not even be able to do my podcast and stuff today because this video is going to be super long from what it seems like. Also, more about Akira's death. Yes, so going more to that. Precon does eventually get sad and grieve about it. Yeah, so, but at first he is more confused and shocked about what is going on. And once the news is turned on, that's when he decided to take action. So, yeah, if you look at so in the Midnight Express gameplay that I showed you guys, there's a similarity. So in that game, the TV comes on, lets everyone know that there's a crap ton of crime happening and stuff, like very bad crime. Kind of the same thing for this, which is actually pretty awesome. But yeah, Precon was just shocked at first and immediately tried to take action, which was not the smartest of ideas, or I guess wisest. Precon actually has 200 IQ, by the way. But, smart and wise is not really the same thing. Smart is like, high IQ, like, math and stuff like that. Whereas wise is like, knowing to do the right thing and stuff. And all of that. But, yeah. You first put on the character's clothing and the glasses, and he offers to help the cops. But since Precon is a mutated animal, the cops react differently from what they usually would if they were to see Akira, and they started shooting Precon. And that's when Precon beats the living shit out of them, knocking them out. Yeah. Much like Batman, you don't want to fuck with Precon. You just don't. You really don't. Come on, there's no views. Come on. Well, this is stupid. Anyways, that right that right there is what happens first when the player plays the first level. Yeah, so this isn't necessarily a cutscene. Oh, I'm actually about cutscenes. I have a great idea for cutscenes. Maybe some of this stuff I'll talk about in a later video. I'll probably put it on the document first, just on my own time, and talk about it in a later, well, not later video, but later live stream. He then goes on and continues throughout the level and fights more police, thugs, and serial killer mutated animals. I should probably change the name for the serial killer mutated animals because it just sounds weird. If you don't think about it, it just sounds bizarre. But yeah, and by the time the level is finished, there will appear to be a cutscene where he is in the middle of a fight with multiple cops and realizes, okay, this was not thought out very well. I went out to help the cops, not fight them. I guess it seems logical, I suppose. Still needs some fleshing out, but it's fine for now. Just as a concept. Oh, I'm tired. He then jumps in the air and flies to the mansion where Akira's corpse is still at. Yeah. Okay. And of course, since Precon is supposed to be really smart, at least an IQ of 180. Man, I need it. Okay, I thought. We're getting some of this stuff. He knew for a fact that the police would track him and try to kill him, so Precon made sure to grab all of the stuff he needed so that he could plan a way to research the current orderly problem and find ways to fix it. Yeah, so Precon is a research junkie, let's just say that. Wait, what? Yeah, so he flew back to the mansion where Akira's corpse was at and took his laptop and literally anything that was used for research. During that time, this is also when Precon took a look at Akira and started grieving. Yeah, so Precon was pretty depressed because I'll talk about this later in the story and possibly in the next stream as well. But Akira was like a father to Precon. Actually, this does get explained here at some point. I just remembered that. He was sad because... Oh, that's right here. I keep forgetting that I did actually put some of my ideas on here. I'm just gonna let things fly. Just start reading. And if I knew I forgot anything, I'll explain it. Possibly in the next stream. He was sad because Akira was the last father figure that he would likely ever have after the real parents were killed in between an act of genocide in Myanmar, Burma. So, yeah, Precon was already running out of time, and so he took Akira's Lamborghini-looking car. I mean, I have a great concept picture for this, but I don't have it on Google Docs. I have it on my iPhone camera roll. I guess I'll show it. I might actually need a break from reading. I have a bad yawning habit. So this right here, if I'll get to it. Crap, let's not do that. If I didn't delete it. this right here, I don't know if you guys can see it. Oh. Wait, hold on. So I want Precon's car to look somewhat like this. It looks pretty badass. Basically, I'm gonna charge my phone. Oh, whoops. Yeah. So, anyways, transformed it into a jet. Yes, so his car does transform, and took off into a far island where he could build a mini base, where he has to do research and figure out how to fix this worldly issue. Yeah. So, before he made it to that island, he actually had to fight some National Guard jets, which is just another in-game mission that's very easy, as it is the second level of the game. The jets will only shoot a bunch of bullets at Precon's engine as a way to destroy his jet, and so Precon has to use his brakes in order for the jets to fly in front of him, so that Precon can do the opposite and destroy their engine with not only bullets but powerful missiles. So this is interesting. This is actually a pretty good gameplay element in my opinion. I think it's pretty cool. But yeah, once Precon reaches the island, which by the way has never been discovered, he came across other mutated animals that lived there who were confused and scared about what's happening in the world at the moment. So just to give you guys an idea, I kind of want that island to, So, no, that's not what I meant. So I kind of want that island to look somewhat like this. I do mention that I did say that, that the island will be a quarter the size of Hawaii. Yeah, I don't think that's true. I should probably take that out of the ideas, but I do want the island to look somewhat like this. It's pretty dang small. So, or like this, but more so like, more so like this. Let's just say that. Minus the houses. Yeah, I just wanted to show that because I don't really talk much about the island here and what it looks like. So, yeah, the island was only about a quarter the size of Hawaii, which is wrong. And a lot of bats, armadillos, alligators, and others live there, and half were mutated. The mutated animals were very scared not only of what's happening to them, but also afraid of Precon due to how strange and different he was, not due to the fact. Yeah, they're afraid of Precon because he doesn't look natural. I guess. I don't know. I'm tired, guys. But yeah, not all of them knew the same language, and so Precon had to communicate to them through his mind in a way that they would understand, which is also a power that the reserves have to offer. I might change that. What I'll probably do is that he knows multiple languages. If you have 200 IQ, you should know multiple languages. At least in my opinion. Maybe not all historical masterminds know all different languages, but it would only make sense. I'll probably change that later. Good thing I'm saying that in this stream because there's a chance I might forget to do that. I shall also see that the mutated animals were completely nude and oh my gosh. Yep, there'll be nudity in this game. Fun stuff. None of them knew that. Yes, I shall also see that the mutated animals were completely nude, and so they were freezing cold except for the cold-blooded animals such as the reptiles. And so Precon with his smarts built not only a place for his research, but also a shelter for the mutated animals and created warm clothes for them. This portion of the game right here is a creative mission where the player needs to strategize and use their creative skills to build their own unique shelter, which is quick and easy. I might scrap that. I don't know. It just sounds kind of boring and RPG-ish, which is not really what I want this game to be. I might change that. If I do make any changes, I'll talk about it in the next video. Or, not next video, stream. No one's watching. How well is this performing? Guess it's going good. Okay, that's very easy to read. I have 28 pages of this. But yeah, it's not that I'm not passionate about doing this, but like reading through all of my unorganized notes is kind of a hassle, and I guess it's just whenever I read or talk a lot, I just yawn a lot, and I hate that. I hate doing that in videos. But yeah, as Precon was doing all this stuff for the mutated animals, this led to one female white fruit bat named Liv, the love interest, to start developing a crush on Precon due to his masculinity. I mean, how... I feel like she would notice... I'm questioning a lot. I don't know. At least this is just a rough draft. Liv's DNA was inherited from Charlotte Elizabeth Diana, who was a British princess born in the British royal family. By the way, that is actually a real princess. She's actually very young. She's like 7 years old at this point in time. But since the time period in this game is way in the future, she's going to be an adult. But I just want to show you guys kind of some pictures of this princess. She's a very young girl. She is very adorable. Yeah, she's 7 years old, I think. Yeah, she's 7. She is slightly younger than my young brother, but yeah, this is just pictures of her. She is very young. Yeah, I don't know if I might change that idea. I might use a fictional princess instead, because there might be some lawsuits involved. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. What I'll probably do at some point in the future is have a professional writer look over all of this and see what parts can be fixed and what parts can't, and then they try to rewrite the entire story. But yeah, Charlotte died the same day in time that Akira died, and was found by British police in her palace, and had a big funeral in the United Kingdom. also known as the UK. But yeah, back to Liv. Since she was mutated by the DNA of a princess and gained the conscience of one. By the way, I don't think I mentioned this quite yet, but none of the mutated animals get the full consciousness of a human. They only gain half of it. So they still have, their thoughts and stuff and all, and just, they're still their own. I'm sure you guys understand. It's pretty self-explanatory. If you guys are confused, feel free to let me know in the comments, and I'll explain it in a better sense. But since the Precon was at least 50 years of age, I have no idea if I calculated the age or not for 2068. Liv was actually very mature and wise in... Actually, that's very good. That's actually very good writing for her. Because I was actually thinking, Anne could easily be a good mother if she decides to have children. So I guess, so Liv, I think I'll keep it this way for Liv. She still has partially the consciousness of a white fruit bat, but also part of her, not all of her, has some consciousness of a very grown princess. A mature one, to say the least. So she could actually help Precon throughout his journey. And not just her, but I'll talk about some other people later on. Not in this stream, though, because I haven't really written that down yet. But since the princess was at least 50 years of... Oh, I already said that. Yeah. But while Precon was still at the island with those mutated animals, he built a small device tower and researched news outlets for at least 2 days as he stayed on the island, and he was starting to make a plan, and Liv would always stay in the room with him, watching what he was doing, and she actually wanted to tag along with him and help him. Precon never really noticed Liv's attraction towards him at first, but he will soon. So, I mean, Precon is still wearing the glasses and the hoodie, so he's very confident in himself right now. But once he loses everything, he's fucked. And he has to really become strong without his superhero stuff. The costume and the glasses and everything. Anyone watching? Nope. No, not yet. That's fine. But while Precon was still on the island with those mutated animals, he built a small service tower and researched news outlets for at least 2 days as he stayed on the island, and he was starting to make a plan. And Liv would always stay in that room with him, watching what he's doing, and she actually wanted to tag along and help him. Precon never really noticed Liv's attraction towards him at first, but he will soon. I think I just said that already. There is a plot hole here, because Precon is using laptops and stuff with personal information on it that the government could easily track, and they could find him. So I'm pretty sure that's a plot hole. Precon's research wasn't only on news, but also the origins of Akira and tons of theories regarding the magic blast from space. This is where things get interesting. Astronaut theorists suggest, I got that straight from Ancient Aliens. Oh my gosh. I got that line straight from Ancient Aliens. Anyways, but yeah, astronaut theorists suggest that the magic came from a planet light years away from Earth, or perhaps an alternate dimension that was most likely hell. Foreshadowing. Great foreshadowing. Right there. That's foreshadowing, and I have not written anything regarding what happens later regarding this specific line quite yet. This specific small little bit of 3 sentences. Either way, tons of theories were made. Stop yawning. Oh. Man, this is cringe. Precon also found that Akira was part of a powerful team created by a witch named Agnes Sampson, which was a real witch, by the way. Again, I might make her fictional again, but it might not matter since this person was alive in like the 1700s and got executed in the like Salem witch trials. So this is basically her. Yep, that's her getting executed. Oh my gosh. We got some Satan demonic stuff here. Yeah, so she was a real person. There's no photos of her because there wasn't fucking cameras back in the 1700s yet. But still, what happened to the Scottish healer burned as a witch? Explored in Lucy. Oh, I didn't know that she was a healer. Huh. Okay, well that's an inaccuracy on my book then. I did not know that she healed, but I don't know. Maybe she doesn't heal at all. Maybe it's just saying that. And the team was called the Saviors, and each of them possessed an object, weapon or not, that would give them powers. And for Akira, it was the razor glasses. All of these objects were put under a spell, and each object gave different powers to the owner. So, of course, for Akira, as well as Precon, he got pyrokinesis, precognition, and super strength, and so on and so forth. Anyone who wanted to join the Saviors had to take a test where the witch would make an alternate reality for them, and we have to be very, and among other things, to see if they were worthy of the team. Precon doesn't go through any of this yet, but we'll on that later. And if they were, the person would bring in a possession that they would find that they found to be valuable, and it would be put under a spell. And it would have been something specific that the person could attach to themselves, like a bracelet, a necklace, or of course glasses. I'm thinking for never mind. And then after the spell is placed, the person would then have to pick an accurate symbol for themselves that would symbolize who they are, not only as a person, but as a hero. Akira is the Japanese power symbol. Yes, so basically, if you look at this right here, that's the Japanese power symbol. And I'll even look at Google images of it. Yeah, I just thought it would be a cool symbol for a superhero. Yeah, so this is what it looks like. I like this one a lot. I think it looks cool. And then actually, I forgot something. Whatever, that's fine. But yeah, that's the symbol. But yeah, back to Precon. When he finished his research, he communicated with the mutated animals with his mind and told them that he is going to meet Agnes Sampson at the North Pole, which is where she currently lives and practices her magic. So, yeah, I don't know why I thought I would put her in the North Pole, but whatever. Fuck, I don't know where else I would put a random witch. And Agnes Sampson is very famous, and so they then nodded to him, basically. And since Liv had a huge crush on Precon, she also wanted to go with him and help him. Man, Liv has a major crush on Precon. I don't know why I'm so surprised, since I'm the dingus writing the stuff. But then Precon told her that he doesn't want her because he doesn't want to put her in danger, but then she talked him into it and basically told him that she wants to become stronger as a woman and fight alongside him. Damn, girl! Oh, that was cringe. That sounds so cringy, I'm sorry. And that actually turned him on, and oh my gosh. Some of this is so cringe. Oh my gosh. Some of it sounds good, but this is a fucking mess. But there's simply good ideas in here, but I'm gonna have to do a lot of fleshing out when I actually truly start writing this game. Alright, so where the fuck was I? Oh yeah, turned him on, and so he told her that Agnes can make her part of the Sabres team and train her, but she has to train for at least a year before she starts fighting evil, and she accepted that. Yeah. And Precon goes through no training. What am I thinking? I need to hire a professional writer when I start making this, I swear to jeez. Is anyone watching? No. Because no one obviously gives a poop. And that actually, oh, we're not reading that line again. Agnes can make her part of the Sabres team and train her, but she has to train for at least a year before she starts fighting evil, and she accepted that. Or explain the whole thing. I don't know why I read it again. Precon wants to meet Agnes to figure out how he's going to fix all this corruption, and was sure to tell the mutated animals on the island that. So, that's good, I guess. I can hear my dad downstairs, and he's distracting the heck out of me. He's calling for the dog. I'm sorry, guys. Yeah, we'll talk about this guy later. Man, what a lonely stream. Yeah, so I guess that is a good thing. I mean, this is not intriguing at all. I'm just gonna wait until my dad goes to his room and then I can explain more. These are some other pictures I have if you guys want to take a look at them. This is in the thumbnail. And then yeah, we'll talk more about this particular villain later on in the stream. Yes, I know she's very sexualized, but that's part of her character because she is supposed to symbolize lust. I'll talk about this too. He's supposed to be an archangel. I need some water, like bad. I did not know that this would take so long. So how are you guys doing? Huh? I'm good. I'm just tired, I guess. So, anyways, I mean, it's just so tiring getting through the whole story. Alright, so then Liv's parents, Emily the Bat and Blake the Bat, told Precon to keep their daughter safe and to help her become stronger the best he can, and he made that promise. These parents barely know him. What am I thinking? Oh. I was so tired. Anyways, so then Precon and Liv took off in his jet and ran into some large thunderbirds along the... I mean, that's kind of cool, I guess. On the way in which he had to fight, and it was just like the first jet mission where the player has to go against National Guard jets, except this mission is much harder because these birds have major health and are super huge. And so for the gameplay, the jet can shoot bullets from different parts of it as well as missiles. So I'm not quite sure about this gameplay style here. I think what I had in mind was something very 2D, which is not really what I want to do anymore. Just a 3D like Midnight Express or the Arkham games or Spider-Man 2018 or... I'm so tired. Oh, I'm so sorry, guys. Anyways, for example, if a bird is... Okay. Yeah, for example, if the bird is in front of the jet can shoot from the front, and if the bird is in the back, it can shoot from the back. This is a gameplay style that the player unlocks after the first jet mission, because this Thunderbird jet mission won't have the birds flying in front of you. If you press the brakes, the birds will only go in front of you when they would like to. So this is very 2D. I'm going to have to fix that later. I should do it right now. I'm just too lazy. It can also thunderstrike you at unexpected times, and so the player may have to die a few times to understand the pattern of each thunderbolt. It's not a bad gameplay idea, but I mean, I still have a lot of fleshing out to do. At first, there will be huge gray Thunderbirds. Gray, I thought that was. Why am I saying gray? I thought that would be. It's too black. I don't know what I was thinking. Black sounds much cooler. Which won't necessarily be bosses. Oh. Okay, actually, maybe we will do gray then. I think the actual boss will just be black. I don't know if I spelled that right. Which won't necessarily be bosses. However, there will be there will be one about the size of Rodin from the Godzilla movies, which will be black. Okay, I knew it. I just knew it. It will definitely be a pain in the rear to defeat. I'm so sorry, guys. I'm tired. Also, the Thunderbirds were never affected by the magic. They remained unmutated. Thunderbirds are very powerful. If you guys don't know what a Thunderbird is, it's like a Native American god. I did not know that was a web browser. Oh, I know it's. Oh no, it's an email thing. So this right here is a Thunderbird. It's basically an electric bird, or not. Well, I guess it's electric. Lightning, I guess, is a type of electricity. They're very powerful, and they did not. Actually, I guess I don't want to use powerful as an excuse. I guess the magic just wasn't affecting them by just normal animals, but so once that mission is over, Precon lands his jet with Liv inside, and luckily Liv was wearing all of the clothes that Precon made for her, which was wool socks, wool shirt, and wool pants. She was not wearing shoes. She was not wearing a bra or underwear either. What am I thinking? I need to create a concept picture for her. She's also gonna get new clothing later on in the game too. If this is gonna be what she's wearing right now. Anyways. And so both Precon and Liv were fine. That is until advanced Russian helicopters came in and dropped their soldiers at Precon's location to locate other mutated animals to eliminate. And since he knew that he wasn't in a safe place, he told Liv to go back to the jet since they were barely away from it. As he goes and investigates what is going on, Liv didn't want to, and so she told Precon that she wants to fight, and he obviously said no because it's too dangerous. And so he grabbed her by the arm and forcefully put her back in the jet and locked it. He pushed her to take the keys out. That way she doesn't screw up anything. This doesn't sound illogical. It just sounds funny as fuck. I'm putting a lot of comedy in this story. Even when I do refresh the whole story, or flesh out the whole story, I still want there to be some comedy in it, because why the heck not, you know? I don't know if it'll execute well, but I'll just have to see whenever I make this game and release it. I'm not sure if I even will make this game. He then noticed that they were shooting mutated polar bears, and that's when he decided to take action and starts fighting, which is the next mission of the game, which is outtake. That's a typo. It's to take out all the Russian. I don't think I'm Russian. Russian soldiers and Russian. Oh, my grammar and spelling is bad. Which is to take out all the Russian soldiers and Russian artillery and to rescue the polar bears. But not all of the polar bears are ones to rescue, though. Others are also enemies, and you can tell by looking at their health bars. Red is bad, blue is good. Wait, what? Oh, yeah, I totally forgot I even put this here. Also, the more the good polar bears die, the more it affects your score badly, which will give you a bad rank. Not a bad idea. The same goes for other mutated animals that you rescue throughout the game. Precon in this mission will have to use his flying abilities to take out helicopters, and the player can do so by constantly tapping the jump button, and they can do a mid-air combo, which is an ability that the player unlocks once they start the mission. I will talk more about gameplay after reread this part of the story, and I even have notes of it behind under the unfinished gameplay. The player will unlock a new move at the start of each mission that will be very helpful for that mission as well as future missions. So that's pretty good. But in the first mission, Precon can only do basic punches and kicks and activate their pyrokinesis powers once that gauge is filled. The gauge goes up as the players take out a lot of enemies. So he has a power gauge basically. And Precon can use precognition to predict enemy movements and avoid them, as well as doing badass combos as a result. Let's see here. No one's watching. But I will go deeper into the upgrades and moves and such once I'm done with the entire story. Also, the Russian soldiers are actually harder to fight compared to Los Angeles cops because they were highly advanced armor and have far more advanced weapons and artillery. So the North Pole portion of the game is where shit gets real. LOL! Okay, I guess we're rushing into the medium difficulty now for some reason. I feel like it should still be easy because I don't know, guys. I just don't know. Oh, I'm getting closer. But yeah, I need to stop reiterating myself, stuttering, and mumbling. I need to stop that. But yeah, once Precon takes out all of the soldiers and such, he goes back to Liv and tells her that the coast is clear, and she is obviously pissed at him. And told him to never lock her up like that again, and he said that he was just doing that to keep her safe, and she just argued with him for like 30 seconds until he just went, "Liv, my girl, you aren't ready to fight yet. It's that simple." So then she just went, "Actually, yeah, I guess I was too overly confident in that." And he then said, "That's why I have such a crush on you," which really lit up her face. Haha. Thank my friends here. Precon and Liv then held hands, and Precon said, "Let's fly to Agnes together, but romantically." Jeez. And she smiled and said, "Okay." This right here, however, is not a gameplay element. It will just cut back as these. It will just cut to black as they take off into the air, and then about 3 seconds of Black being on screen. They will then meet up with Agnes and will talk to her. That might change. Agnes at that moment was living in a locked cabin and was having some chicken noodle soup for lunch when Precon knocked on the door. Agnes then answered, and she knew for a fact that it was Precon and immediately told him and Liv to come in. Okay, Agnes is actually very young and attractive as a witch. Yes, she never ages because she put a spell on herself that will stop her from aging. She wears a dark red dress, has hair similar to Wanda's hair from the Marvel movies, and has blue eyes. Now, in case you guys haven't watched any of the Marvel movies, or like seen like Wanda or whatever, Wanda Maximoff. So, this is kind of what I want Agnes to look like. Sort of. Not entirely, but just sort of. I think she looks cool. I'll probably do a lot of red stuff for her outfit, like this one, but we'll see. Anyways, she wears, yeah, I already talked about that. But yeah, as Precon and Liv sat down, Agnes asked, "What are you two here for? One of you look very familiar." I think this, oh, I don't know. We'll talk about it later. Or it's not at all. I don't know. My brain is going all over the place right now. Precon then explained everything that happened, which made her realize that Precon and Akira's pet was Akira's pet, and that he got mutated as well as pretty much everything else that I went over regarding the game's story. And I'm correct about that. Precon pretty much explains everything to Agnes. Yeah. Precon then asked if it would be even possible to fix the world at its current state, and she said yes, but it will take years. I got 10 pages. She also explained to him that she can't use her magic to fix the world because the world was actually already put under a spell that cannot be undone, which made Precon raise an eyebrow. So, Precon did not know that this was magic. He did not know at all. He got the idea. Well, I guess he kind of got the idea. At first, he just saw it as a theory, but now, since he's starting to realize that, oh, so I guess it was magic. Of course, he did not make that facial expression. He just more so like, yeah, like Dwayne Johnson. So then asked, wait, how did you know that this was put under a spell? She then told Precon that there was a burst of magic that came from outer space, and she saw it with her own eyes. So this is a different kind of witchcraft. I don't know the different types of I don't know the different types of witchcraft, but there are different types. I know that for a fact. But, yeah, I'm using made-up witchcraft, not real kind. But that might change. He then asked, wait, how did you know that this was... Oh, alright, wrote that. She said that she recognized the magic and it was the kind of... It was kind that once the magic has taken action, it can never be undone, which... Even with the witchcraft she practices... Yeah. She also said that the magic that she saw was still witchcraft, with a different kind, as I stated. Precon then asked what he and Liv should likely do, and Agnes said the best thing to do is to reignite. I don't know how to fucking spell, I'm sorry. I might have spelled it right, but it just doesn't look like it. Is to reignite the seniors and perhaps also find volunteers who want to be new members and encourage society to believe that the mutated animals aren't monsters and that they should coexist. And then Precon asked, but how can the world be fixed? Which is a great question. Agnes then says that the best way to fix it is to convince everyone that the mutated animals are not abominations, which is step one. And then the rest would be for Precon to figure. So I guess there really is no steps. Let's figure it out. Then Precon says that according to his research, the mutated animals not only got mutated by human DNA, but also gained half of their consciousness. Okay, so I guess I did explain it. I don't know why I didn't do it earlier. I should have. So how are we going to figure out where they should be placed regarding stuff that humans do in society, such as going to school, going to work, getting a driver's license, and others? I mean, sure, they are all human, like, now, but the issue is that, okay, so Precon's talking. So let's restart on this and act like he's talking. Then Precon says that according to his research, the mutated animals not only got mutated by DNA, but also gained half of their consciousness. So how are we going to figure out where they should be placed regarding stuff that humans do in society, such as going to school, going to work, getting a driver's license, and others? I mean, sure, they're all human like now, but the issue is that animals can oftentimes have the consciousness of a child, and some child animals have the consciousness of an adult. Just so that's not confusing, but it's probably not going to fix all the other confusing stuff, isn't it? I'm going to edit this later. I don't really feel like doing it right now. Can I have the consciousness of an adult? I'm a teenager in bat age, but I have the smarts of what I believe to be a 35 Japanese man, in which I'm sure you know his name. Even with the humans possibly accepting the mutated animals. Not really think. Oh no, never mind. Even with the humans possibly accepting the mutated animals, I'm not quite sure how things will be arranged. But I suppose once the humans gain trust in the mutated animals, then I'm sure we'll figure out something that'll be helpful. Am I right, Agnes? Precon said all that, by the way. Oh wow, it's like that's gonna fix the confusion. But yeah, then Agnes basically says, yes, Precon, humans will be a major help, especially once working for different government. What? Oh, all the plot holes. I just had a vision that I made this game. This is weird. That was weird. Anyways, I'm getting sidetracked. But yes, then Agnes basically says, yes, Precon humans will be major. Oh, whatever. I already read it. I don't need to read it twice. The Sabers will be a help The Sabers will be a helps. Fuck. The Sabers will be a help too alongside. So your first step should be finding them first. The second step is to convince the humans, and the rest is history. So I guess it kind of isn't a plot hole now. Agnes said all of that. And then Lip asked, but where do we find them? And then Agnes uses her magic torch or TV and showcases where they're all at, and half of them were just dead corpses due to the burst of magic from space. This is a very long read. Precon then asked, okay, I noticed that there are... Oh, okay. So Precon then asked, okay, I noticed that there are a lot of dead corpses. So do you know which animals they transferred their DNA and consciousness to, and if the animals are aware of what's happening to them? And then Agnes says, yes, I do, but it's going to take a long time to explain all of that. I will, however, say that none of those animals know exactly where they got their DNA and consciousness from. Just go ahead and find each savior that survived. Also, don't worry so much about finding them. I'll actually just find as many as I can and tell each of them the plan on how you're all going to convince the confused animals about the confused humans about the mutated animals not being monsters. There are over 1,000 saviors. Holy shit. Okay, anyways. There are over 1,000 saviors out there. Trust me, if you tell a lot of them the plan, they will be sure to tell the rest. But what if they think that mutated animals are monsters? Who's watching? No one. Oh well. And they will all understand magic very well. And so they all know the mutated animals are... Oh, okay, never mind. I guess it's not a plot hole. I guess I fixed that. And Precon asked, but wait, why would I need to find the saviors to help me out when they're already possibly trying to convince the confused humans? Then Agnes says, oh yeah, that's a good point. You've definitely got the IQ of your old man. Okay, I'm almost done. And then Precon says, yeah, true. To be honest, I could have probably figured out a plan. I could have probably figured a plan all out on my own without asking all these questions. But either way, thanks for helping Agnes. Then why did you go to her, dude? Precon is a fucking idiot. I don't know how to write. But whatever, probably doesn't matter right now. Agnes says, yeah, with pleasure. This is where things get pretty comedic. Let's just say that. Then Precon says, anyways, I'm going to do this all on my own. And this young girl wants to fight alongside me, so can you train her? Because I don't want her to die fighting alongside me. Agnes then says, yeah, I will, but I will have to locate... What? Agnes says, yeah, I will have to locate to a... Can we relocate? Okay, that sounds better. To warm her climate first. I will get her started with training first, and will grant. I'll get her started with training first, and will grant her powers once she has mastered the martial arts. Martial arts. I meant. Liv says, "Wait, I did not ask for this. I just want to fight alongside my the character interactions. It's gonna get very comedic really quick." Precon this smiles and says sarcastically, "Great, so you don't want to fight alongside me, but you just want to tag along instead." Yeah, no, trust me, you're not going to last with prior. With no. I meant no, not with. No prior fighting skills, he said as he giggled. Precon is also going to be a very comedic character too, by the way, just so you guys know. Liv then said and smiled back, "Fine, I'll train. After all, there are more serious things that are going on that are bigger than me and you, because we have just met and have no established relationship." Okay. Sounds fair. Precon then says, "Oh, trust me, once the world is fixed, me and you are going to kiss, I guarantee." Oh boy. Liv then smiles back, Precon leaves, and Agnes simply asks, "So are you two dating?" And Liv says, "Oh fuck. Oh fuck that we are getting married once this world is..." Oh my gosh. Then Agnes says, but don't you two or barely know each other?" Agnes, did you not just hear that they're gonna work towards an established then and then Liv says, "Oh, trust me, we will at the end of this story, just like a Disney movie." And Liv doesn't comment, and the witch and the significant other go to find warmer climate for training, in which Africa was picked and Agnes used her magic to teleport. Okay, that's pretty much all I have written for right now. Okay, you know what? I don't need to remind anyone about this. Okay, I need a break now. What do I think of this story? Well, it is a mess right now. It's a dumpster fire. But like I said, it's just a rough draft. A very lousy one. A very lazy written rough draft. No one's watching. But I think this game has a lot of potential. I think the story has a lot of potential. Something I do want to talk about though is that for the cutscenes, I want them to be motion comics. A good example of what I want is something here. I'll show you guys really quick. So, well, this is live. It's cool. That's why I'm live streaming right now. Is it my history? Yeah, I've been watching some. Yeah, so it's this.
I don't know what you're doing, but...
So I want something like this.
Just let me know everything is okay.
Why? Why? I don't...
I can't. Cheater.
Yeah, so I want something like this.
Entire day all together. Listen to me. Listen to me. Gwen, you listen to me. I don't care what Aunt May says. I don't care what Aunt May does. You get her out of here.
Peter, you're bleeding.
You heard what I said.
Yeah, I want something like this. Actually. Yeah, so that's the entire story. Well, not the entire story. I still have a lot of writing I need to do. But that's probably about close to the midpoint of the story. And now we're going to talk about the gameplay. And oh boy, do I have a lot about. I have a lot regarding the gameplay. I did not know I had a lot. Yeah, Sifu is another concept, but I don't care much about Sifu. Let's not worry about this right now. Yeah, we'll talk about this. Sifu seems like a good inspiration, but in all honesty, I would really like Precon the Bat and the Seven Deadly Sins to be more like Midnight Express, as I said at the beginning of the stream. Especially because I really like the style of the game. Plus, I think it would be cool to basically create the same gameplay style, but better. Wink lol. Because I'm funny. I didn't say this at the beginning of the doc, but a new idea popped into my head, but maybe throughout the game, Precon can steal weapons from enemies and use those weapons to brutally kill them. I don't know if I'll do that anymore, but we'll see. Weapons such as firearms and melee weapons, those will be some weapons. I think it would be cool for Precon to throw knives right at the faces of enemies coming instantly. I think it would also be cool for Precon to literally puncture the heads of enemies with crowbars and throwing the corpses of enemies around like ragdolls to other enemies. That I actually really like as an idea. The reason why is because I don't think it's been done before. It's just whenever I see a beat 'em up game, I don't like. I do see characters hitting others with crowbars, but we do it like this. Like they do it like that, but I want to like just go like just puncture the head and just like pow, like just throw the body at someone. Which I think would be very dopamine inducing. Let's say that. Anyways. Another cool gimmick would be giving Precon metal sharp cleats to step on enemies and puncturing whatever part of their body he's stepping on. Which is likely their face and possibly their stomachs. Which will really screw up their internal organs. Precon should also have a move where he can throw or uppercut an enemy up in the air into a mid-air combo and then slam them onto the ground, which can result in a huge burst of fire on the ground, burning other enemies from Precon. This is only when his flame gauge is up, which I'll talk about more as this continues, but yeah. Precon can also do the same exact thing just by simply jumping in midair, then land on the ground hard in a very superhero-ish way. But in order to send bursts of fire, Precon will need to have his flame gauge. We'll need to have a flame gauge that will fill up each time he kills and defeats an enemy. So whenever he defeats an enemy or kills him, I guess, or whatever, his flame gauge does get filled up, which is actually a great gameplay gimmick, at least in my opinion. I will probably call it the pyrokinesis gauge, since it's basically fire abilities, and that's one of Precon's powers. You know, I actually like pyro better, because it's just shorter and less harder to pronounce, at least in my opinion. But anyways, once the pyrokinesis gauge is up, he can not only do the two previous things that I mentioned, but he can also do flame kicks and flame punches, which will do much more damage on enemies. He can also punch the ground, causing a line of fire to appear in front of him, which means if an enemy is right in front of him, she will get burned, which will be pretty awesome. If you ask me, it will look awesome. Maybe. I don't know yet, because I still have yet to execute this game, but yeah. But the pyrokinesis gauge can get upgraded along with Precon's strength. So if an enemy with stronger armor appears, Precon not only can use his enhanced strength to kill her, but also his flame abilities. I think it's pretty cool. Also about the flame kicks and flame punches, those are both Precon strength and those use both Precon's strength and pyrokinesis gauge, which means, bro, isn't Precon always around with the glasses on? Huh. I guess he's still strong, but not like strong. But whatever. Which means not only can enemies be affected by the outcome of Precon's strength, but also the fire from the pyrokinesis gauge. Especially, basically what I'm trying to say is that the enemies will be affected by the physical attacks and also get burned by fire. Let's get rid of LOL. I'm saying LOL a lot. I have a habit of it. I think I'm fine for some reason. Oh, and about melee weapons, if the pyrokinesis gauge is up, Precon's flame abilities can also apply to those alongside strength, since that's also a physical way to attack alongside punches and kicks. Which makes sense. However, if it was a gun, the flame abilities or Precon's strength will apply to that. Which makes sense because enemies get affected by bullets. However, if you were talking about just flame abilities just simply on their own and no strength tie-in, well, then I suppose we're just talking about what's in between the quotations. Precon should also have a move where he can throw or uppercut an enemy into the air and do mid-air combo and then slam them onto the ground, which can also result in a huge burst of fire on the ground, burning other. What kind of writing is this? No, it's not. It's not. There we go, fixed it. Like I said, the guy he is beating in midair will be affected by both Precon strength and... Oh, I guess I was right. don't understand my writing. The other enemies will just be affected by the burst on fire once he slams into... Oh, so we're just talking about the flame, not the strength. I'm an idiot. I'm sorry. Onto the ground. But if the pyrokinesis gauge is not activated, there will be no burst of fire. But Precon will just slam that guy onto the ground, which will not affect the other enemies, and the enemy getting beat will only get damage from Precon's strength. Oh! Hallelujah! Oh. That is a lot of notes. Holy shit. I mean, the gameplay doesn't sound bad. I get lost in my writing sometimes since it's just confusing. Not to mention that there's also a lot of plot holes and stuff in my lazy story writing. Yep. Oh. Anyways, so I guess the story doesn't seem bad. Just a rough draft for now. The gameplay doesn't seem bad either. I actually do like the gameplay ideas so I have. Story, yeah, there's quite a few plot holes here and there, but that's fine. I never wrote a fully fleshed out story before, so this is new to me. I might just hire a professional writer to rewrite all of this for the final game. I'll probably hire some storyboard artists to fix the story and stuff for when we're making the game. But for now, I'm just going to use this as like a time capsule. See if it means anything in the future. Maybe I'll get new ideas from it, who knows. I won't only write down my ideas for Precon on here, but also just other games in general, in which I'll talk about in later streams. I just don't feel like it right now. So... So, yeah, you already know what Precon looks like. This is him. Not the best concept I have for him. I do have others, but I don't feel like showing those right now. Then we got Zorlok, who was one of the 7 deadly sins, which I'll get into soon enough. How long has this been going on for? An hour and 40 minutes. Wow. Yeah, so Zorlok is Pride. He eventually will break Precon's glasses around about the midpoint of the game, or at least towards the end. I'm not sure. Which will lead Precon to have to I still need to really think about what I'm going to do for the game story. But yes, he does break his glasses, which leads Precon to really have to build his inner self. He also become masculine and stuff without all of his powers and all of that. And so... At first, Zorlok just breaks the glasses and just says, if you try to fight me again, I will fuck you up. And Precon, once he gains a lot of character development, he does get his ass kicked. And I mean kicked like how Tobey Maguire gets beat up in the climax of the first Spider-Man movie. He gets beaten up like that to the point where he even almost dies, in which he does actually die. And he actually gets revived. I'll talk about this later on. I'm just not really ready to quite do that yet. What I'll do is that and so instead of just reading through all my ideas mindlessly, like I did in this stream, I'll live stream myself next time. Writing down more of my ideas. That way I just feel less like a zombie and stuff and all of that. Because I hate reading through a lot of stuff out loud. I just don't like it. But yeah, that's Zorlak. He is Pride. I'll dive more into his character later. Not for this stream. And then this is Beggar, who is Gluttony. He's going to go through a name change, because that does not fit his character. I don't know why I'm giving that name. And this is, Lust. Yeah, this is it symbolizes lust. I'm not going to even see it. I actually took, it's self-explanatory. And I just edited it and made it more, I guess, appropriate, even though it's still very sexualized and nude-ish. Yep, that's the lust sin. And this is, yeah, he has boobs. I think I accidentally took the armor of the... I think I accidentally took female armor. I did not realize that, these looks like boobs, but I don't know, maybe they're not. But yeah, I did mention that Precon does die, but he gets revived by the Holy Spirit and Archangel Michael. Which, by the way, Precon's first name is Michael. His middle name is Precon, and so he was named after Michael, the Archangel, and so Michael the Archangel actually gives Precon his armor, and he becomes Archangel Precon. And if you guys look at the reflection, that's a 7-headed dragon. The reason why is because at the end of the game, right after Precon gets his butt kicked and pretty much dies, the 7 deadly sins turn into a 7-headed dragon and start wreaking havoc on the earth, destroying it. I'll dive more into that in another stream, and I'll talk about this guy later too. This guy won't be in this game. He'll be in like a sequel possibly. So I don't really care about him right now, but I'll just show you guys him just to spark some mystery and spark you guys' curiosity, because why not? But yeah, that's pretty much what I've got right now for Precon. I'll explain later. This is... I doubt anyone's going to watch through the whole thing of this, but I hope someone does. I'm just going to end this now. So, if anyone watched the whole thing, I hope you enjoyed this video. I doubt you did, because it was just me mindlessly reading all of my notes. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like. Well, not in this video, but if you liked the stream, please leave a like on it. Subscribe for more content like this if you haven't yet. And, yeah, you guys. So, peace out, and have a great day, guys. Take care. And end.